chilly Jack Trice Stadium in Ames, Iowa. Number 15, Oklahoma State, paying a visit to number 21, Iowa State. The matchup for the Big 12 title game is still anyone's guess. The top 5 teams in the standings each have a scenario where they would play for the championship. The Cowboys superstars were on top of their respective games for Bedlam last week. Mason Rudolph, a school record passing against OU. James Washington, as usual, his favorite target with 128 yards through the air. And Justice Hill with 228 rushing yards, another school record for Bedlam. But even 52 points wasn't good enough against 5th-ranked Oklahoma. Good afternoon, everybody. Mike Patrick, Tommy Tuberville. It's great to have you with us. Paul Carcaterra will join us shortly. The road back for Oklahoma State after that disappointing loss against Oklahoma is to come to Ames, Iowa, score a boatload of points, and hope it's enough.
Hardest thing in football, Mike, is to lose your in-state rival and then go on the road the next week against a very good football team. Oklahoma State has got to come out of the chute today early. If they don't, they're going to get behind and won't be able to catch up.
Iowa State wants to shorten this ball game. That means running the ball, and they can do that.
Yeah, if they can run the ball, too. Their offensive line's got to hold their blocks a little bit longer. But I tell you, the Montgomery can really play. But they're off at the end of the day. Will have to throw the ball to wins.
Oklahoma State deferred after winning the toss. Landon Akers on the return for the Cyclones. Breaks a couple of tackles out to the 27-yard line. Kyle Kempf out of Massillon, Ohio, where he was Washington High School's valedictorian, started at Oregon State, did not play. Then transferred to Hutchinson Community College in Kansas, did not play. Walks on at Iowa State, did not play until the middle of this year when the starting quarterback left for personal medical reasons, and this young man knocked off Oklahoma in his first start and then TCU. 4-1 as the starter. They start with 4 wide receivers. Montgomery in motion. Averaging more than 92 yards a game on the ground, and Montgomery will get maybe a yard before he is dragged down by Darian Daniels. This is a big defensive front 4. Second, call it 9 for Kempf. Pressure coming. It's a screen. Lazard. And Lazard dives ahead, and he is one of the impact players when Iowa State has the ball. Holds most of the Cyclones' receiving records, including the most catches ever in 44 straight games with a reception. And can that Oklahoma State defense be an impact player today? They're only 116th in the country against the pass. 3rd down, 2. Looked like the Cowboys jump. Free play for Kempf. He'll take off and slides right at the sticks. Osborne, number 91, came across early.
Osborne couldn't hold his water. I tell you, it was an excellent opportunity to get the ball deep down the field on that play, but they didn't pull the trigger.
Defense, number 91, 5-yard penalty results in a first down.
Tommy, these are the little things Iowa State does so well and gives them a chance to win.
And Oklahoma State just does the opposite. They make a lot of mistakes and penalties, turning the ball over. That could be the factor today.
Mike Gundy, the lifer for Oklahoma State, quarterback, assistant coach, and now head coach. He's been there since 1986. Kempf hands off to Montgomery, who's averaging 92.3 yards a carry.
Oklahoma State started out in a 4-man front. They're going to stay with it. They know they have to stop the run early in the game. Force Kempf to throw the football. They're playing zone in the secondary. No man at all so far. They're trying to stop the run first.
And when West Virginia forced him to throw it last week, he was quite successful. Montgomery goes in motion. Empty backfield for Kempf. Good protection against the four-man rush and a perfect strike to Lazard. That's 45 straight games that Lazard has at least had one catch.
Here they put David Montgomery in motion. No backs in the backfield. That put a linebacker on Lazard. Easy throw and catch.
Kempf is really good beyond his experience at looking off receivers and then going back to the other side. Montgomery, 13 yards before he's finally taken down by Traylon Weber.
Just a power play. Off tackle. Again, they can't run the ball inside. Montgomery is a good inside runner, but there's been nothing there. But they got a good job out of the backside guard pulling up in the hole on the power play to the right.
Oklahoma State 78th in total defense, 79th scoring defense, giving up almost 29 points a game. So Iowa State substitutes so Oklahoma State can too. First and 10 from the 17-yard line. Fake to Montgomery. Kempf will keep and gets about 3 yards before he's chased out of bounds.
That's what you got to do if you're the defensive line for Oklahoma State. You've got to force Kempf out of the pocket. He's not that fast. Make him throw the ball on the run. He's much more accurate in the pocket, so get him out of the pocket.
A mark it just inside the 15, so it's 2nd and 8. Drive has already lasted over 4 minutes. Montgomery, not much there. And he fights forward for a couple before Justin Phillips, the third leading tackler on this ball club, cut him down.
Iowa State is trying to get them to move in the linebacker with all their motion. Akeem Butler that time went in motion to try to get a linebacker out of the box so they could run the ball. Linebacker didn't go with him.
We hear a lot about eye discipline. And there's Matt Campbell, the second-year head coach. 6-3 this year. They are bowl eligible and still in the fight for a conference championship. They're going to need some help here, but they've got the tiebreaker over Oklahoma and TCU. Pass for the end zone. Touchdown! It looked like Trey Flowers, the safety, turned his back, lost track of the ball and the guy he was covering, and Alan Lazard was right there for his 7th touchdown catch.
Just a back shoulder pass. He just underthrew it. I think it was just an underthrown pass. He was trying to get the ball over the top. The defensive back just way overplayed it.
Can't tell you how much everybody admires Kyle Kempf. He has had a magnificent attitude throughout his career in spite of all the frustrations he has faced. Garrett Owens is on for the point after. He has not missed a point after this year and barely snuck that one in. 4 minutes and 58 seconds. 73 yards and 11 plays capped by that touchdown pass. Early first quarter, it's 7-0 Iowa State over Oklahoma State. He's a good baby.
He's ready.
And so are they on senior day, and a great start for the Cyclones. L.D. Brown is deep for the kickoff by Chris Francis. And Francis now has 30 touchbacks and 46 kickoffs. He's been a weapon. As a starting quarterback, Mason Rudolph has more wins than any other passer in school history. He holds 32 Cowboy records. Last season threw for nearly 4,100 yards, 28 touchdowns, only 4 picks this season. Connected on 63% of his passes and more than 3,300 yards and 27 touchdowns. If he doesn't hold the record for quarterbacks, it's not worth having. two backs. Justice Hill gets the carry off the left side. He'll pick up about 5. One other record that Mason Rudolph has, 29-8 as a starter. Who's number 2? Mike Gundy, his head coach. Had a great career as a player. Rudolph throws a screen pass to Dylan Stoner. Stoner taken down by Marcel Spears is a really good tackler. 3rd down.
NASCAR offense could get you in trouble right here if you're the visiting team there, but they're almost getting these people off their seats here in Ames, Iowa. There needs to be more noise for 3rd down here for Iowa State.
Well, you want to get up and cheer so you don't freeze to death sitting. Wallace is in as an extra wide receiver, so is McCleskey. Only 1 second on the clock. They barely got to snap off because the referee held them. Rudolph, plenty of time to throw. He doesn't like to move around, likes to stay in the pocket. Throws for Stoner, but threw behind him. Rudolph had all day.
3-man rush, 8-man drop. And you're going to have all day when you do that. They got nothing out of the nose guard right here. He just scrambled to his left. They want to make him get out of the pocket. Good pass rush there by Jaquan Bailey, but he's got all day to throw it. Good throw, bad catch.
Signer to punt. He's averaging 42 yards a kick. And Trevor Ryan, who's in the top 12 in the country in returns, is deep. Doesn't have an opportunity this time. Pretty good field position for Iowa State. They'll have it at their own 36, already leading 7-0 at home. Some of our great military veterans around the globe showing their Oklahoma State and Iowa State colors. Thank you for everything that you do on this Veterans Day. One of the ROTC units here at Oklahoma State. Or excuse me, at Iowa State. Joel Lanning has checked in at quarterback. So beaten up last week. He did not play on offense, did not practice. This is the young man who plays offense, defense, and special teams. Not just a runner, although that's what he is best at, but he can throw the ball as well.
Started last year for Iowa State at quarterback.
It's a high snap will keep, and they're ready for it as he got back near the line of scrimmage. Let's go to Paul Carcaterra.
Mike, quarterbacks are not supposed to be middle linebackers, but don't tell Joe Lanning that. He hasn't played linebacker since middle school. But his experiences as a quarterback, his first 3 years at Ames, have given him opportunities mentally to play both sides of the field. He told me this are the seams in the trenches, regardless of what side of the ball you are on. He's 9th in the country in tackles per game, which is amazing stuff. But today, we'll see him on offense, defense, and special teams.
When you think about it, though, going from quarterback to middle linebacker, just the nuances of the position, it's really madness when you really break it down. How in the world are you doing this?
Honestly, because of like the quarterback part of what I did, for 4 years, going from quarterback of the offense to quarterback of the defense, just the mentality, the mental parts of it. I'm on the defensive side, I'm setting fronts and things like that. And offensively, I had to take care of the linemen. I had to know what everyone was doing. So I'm in the same position as I was on the offensive side.
Chase Allen, the redshirt freshman tight end, had a chance to get another first down. Couldn't hold that pass from Kempf, who has been really on target since this ball game started. Now it's 3rd and 8.
Kemp's been very good against zone coverage this year, Mike. They're playing zone, and he's just picking them apart. That was an awkward throw right there, but Oklahoma State's got to get in some kind of man coverage, maybe a little bit of pressure. They don't have to full blitz, but you got to play tighter on the receivers.
3rd and 8 for Kempf from midfield. Come with a blitz. Kempf throws and a perfect strike to Butler, and it's a first down. Kempf just hangs in there. guy in his 5th year who never had the chance to play anywhere until the starting quarterback walks away from the game here.
Zone blitz. Hakeem Butler wide open. The defensive back fell down.
Inside the 30. Quickly out to the flat. That's complete to Matthew Eaton.
It's like taking candy from a baby here. They better move their corners up or this thing's getting ready to be 14-0 real quick.
Kempf is 8 out of 10 in the initial quarter. 84 yards, 1 touchdown. He understands what he can do as a passer. He obviously has a tremendous grasp on the offense. Montgomery, nowhere to go, then cuts it back outside. What a move by Montgomery. Inside the 15, 10-5 touchdown. Are you kidding? You can't miss tackles on a kid like Montgomery. He'll make you pay.
It's a great job of cutting this back. They did a good job at the point of attack, Oklahoma State, with their defensive tackles. But everybody else forgot to run to the football. It's about 11 people running to the ball to tackle David Montgomery. He made them look bad on that one, and they looked like playing Oklahoma last week.
He's already eclipsed his production in this game a year ago. 2 drives by this offense, 122 yards. And 3 offensive plays for Oklahoma State in this first quarter. What a start for David Montgomery and Iowa State. 14-0 over number 15. Brown from the 1. Oklahoma State needs something good to happen, and they need that to happen early. Hill. Boy, cuts it off the left side, drags a man with him for a first down. Free ride for Kamari Cotton-Moya.
That was a good job there on the power play, and you can tell how fast he hits. It doesn't take much for him to go 40 or 50 yards real quick.
And he's strong at 185 pounds, Coach. Number 1 in the conference, more than 118 yards a game rushing. Pass complete, but Willie Harvey is right there on Jalen McCleskey, whose dad, JJ, played in the league a long, long time.
That play right there can look so good, but so bad. You know, if you don't get a block by the wide receiver, and that time they did not block Willie Harvey.
They show 4 in the box this time. Hill breaks a tackle. Finally cut down by Spears, but it's another first down.
Watch the power play. The backside tackle pulls, kicks out. Look how fast he hits the hole. I tell you, if Marcel Spears did not make that play, the safety's not going to catch him, and they'll keep running that play till he breaks into the secondary.
Nice tackle, or nice block rather, by Zachary Crabtree. 1st and 10. Thanks, Clark. From the 24. Hill again. They picked up 3 yards this time. And Tommy, you mentioned earlier in the week when we were talking, with a school like Iowa State, technique is critical.
Yeah, you're not big and fast at the defensive line position like some Power 5 teams, and so you have to get by with technique, and you have to work it every day. I like J.D. Wagner, Ray Lima, and Vernell Trent. I tell you, they play technique, but they're a little undersized. That's the reason they're running the ball on them today.
2nd and 7. Oklahoma State trying to cut into this deficit. Rudolph has time, double pumps, throws for the end zone. Aitman, touchdown. 6'4", 220, and he goes up to get it. Beat DeAndre Payne in the back of the end zone.
That was all Mason Rudolph. He extends the play. He waits. He's going to throw the slant. Aikman breaks off his route, just goes the end zone. It's kind of like backyard football. DeAndre Payne just got out jumped, but that was an excellent throw back of the end zone by Mason Rudolph.
really a tough break for Payne as he lost his footing and went down. Left Aitman open, and that's all he needs. So Oklahoma State cuts into this lead. With the extra point from Amendola, they will have it.
And it didn't take long.
No, it didn't. One of the hallmarks of that offense. 14-7. Still a minute 31 to go first quarter. From Iowa State on Senior Day. I got loyalty. Landon Akers is deep. And this kick will go out of bounds. That'll give Iowa State great field position. They're in the pistol. Montgomery is the deep man, and he'll get the carry. Cuts it to the outside. This time they were ready for him. And let's go to Clark.
You know, Mike, this is week 2. I've been up close and personal with David Montgomery. Watching his cutting ability is amazing. He's induced 50 missed or broken tackles this season. That's second in the FBS, only to Bryce Love. And I spoke to one of the ball boys before the game started. He said the stuff he does in practice is incredible. He can even throw the ball farther than anyone on this team, but his athleticism off the charts.
He was a high school quarterback. Nice catch there. And a stiff arm will get him out to around the 12-yard line.
That's a better job. Oklahoma State crowding the ball, not giving the extra yards after contact. But what they're doing, Mike, on the inside, they're taking away the inside run with the 2 tackles and the 4-man front. They're forcing the ball to go outside. Oklahoma State has got to rally to the outside with their safeties and outside linebackers to stop David Montgomery.
3rd and 7. Looked like they wanted to blitz, then they back out of it. Montgomery on the screen doesn't get a block. Doesn't matter. Montgomery fighting forward. What an effort by this kid, but he's going to be shy of the first down marker.
Does a great job of setting the screen up. Offensive lineman to the right side. Easy dump to David Montgomery.
Couple of phantom blocks, however. That's the end of the first quarter. We'll be back after this message and a word from our ABC stations. Crowd really filled in on a cold day in Ames, Iowa. Jack Trice Stadium seating 61,500, and there aren't too many empty seats. This team still has a chance to make the college or the Big 12 championship game. Downing with the punt and knocks it out of bounds. Big mistake by Iowa State in the kicking game. Only a 14-yard punt, and Oklahoma State sets up shop in Iowa State territory, and Justice Hill trying to take advantage of it. This kid runs hard.
A great job of the defense just stringing it out, making the ball go wide. Defensive line is doing a good job again. Technique, use your hands. Make sure the things go outside. Don't let him run the ball inside north and south. Defensive line did a very good job then, and then the linebackers scooted down the line of scrimmage, skating, using their hands, getting off blocks, making the play.
Gain of 4, so it's 2nd and 6. Iowa State showing blitz. Rudolph looks to the sideline. They come with 4, and Hill may have gotten caught up with Rudolph. His quarterback looked like they tripped each other.
Either that watch, it's just a simple draw play. He trips over Rudolph's foot. But again, now they're used to playing 90% of their games on an artificial surface. This is natural grass here. It's a good surface, but it is slippery. A lot different than artificial turf.
3rd and 8 now. Blitz coming. Rudolph has time, throws complete down to the 12-yard line. What a catch by Tylan Wallace. Gain of 18. And even with the blitz, they didn't put pressure on.
Yeah, Brian Peavy on the coverage. It's actually good coverage. Excellent throw by Mason Rudolph. That's how you complete an outside route. Throw it where nobody can catch it but the receiver.
First down from the 12. Rudolph gives it off to Tyron Johnson, who is a sophomore out of New Orleans who they think has a brilliant future here.
I like what Oklahoma State's doing. They're staying patient. Staying patient. They get behind 14-0, and they continue to run the football. Try to control the line of scrimmage. Again, 3-man front. You want to run the ball more than you throw it.
2nd and 7. Washington, their top receivers in the ballgame, out to the right. Hill, nice cut, touchdown. This guy runs over people and runs away from people.
What acceleration. I mean, that's what you got to have. There was nothing there. They did a great job of forcing the ball outside. Never let a running back go north and south. Watch this. Force the ball outside. Seinbacher makes a block, 41. He just outruns the DBs. They forced it out wide. The outside linebacker was nowhere to be found. He got caught up by a wide receiver inside.
After a terribly slow start, Oklahoma State has scored 2 touchdowns in 3 minutes and 53 seconds.
Big 12 football at its best right here.
Amendola for the point after. He has been perfect this year, 53 out of 53. And Justice Hill ties up this ball game. Welcome back to ABC's College Football, presented by K Jewelers as part of Veterans Week on ESPN, brought to you by USAA. World's largest concrete gnome. Not sure why, but
Elwood.
Somebody decided to build it. Landon Akers. A nice hole there briefly. Got out to the 28-yard line. And Iowa State had a 14-0 lead in this game. And the Cyclones have not been able to hold it. Kempf, play fake, throws complete. Nice catch by Marchie Murdoch. Numbers on Kempf. He has been terrific. Montgomery picking his way and then carrying a tackler about a yard shy of the sticks. Third and 2. Big play for both ball clubs. Pass a little bit behind Hakeem Butler. He had inside position, and I think Kempf would love to have that one back.
Raymond Richards inside, got his hand up. They saw this from the sideline, called it from the sideline. Good play by Raymond Richards, number 7. Got to lead him a little bit more, Kyle Kempf.
Matt Campbell knows they missed an opportunity to keep this drive alive. And now Downing, who had a poor punt the last time, was Stoner deep. Another poor kick. And to make it worse, it bounces backwards and goes out of bounds near the 40-yard line. Rudolph pressured, doesn't like to run, takes off and is drilled as he got to the 49-yard line.
4-man rush that time, and even had a little blitz from a linebacker. Joel Lanning came through free, just missed the tackle.
The book on Rudolph is if you can make him move, you've won. But not that time.
It's hard to make him move with a 3-man rush. They're going to have to bring linebackers at least every other time. Give him a chance to get a little pressure.
2nd and 3. Justice Hill. Power. Look at this kid go. Then he turns on the burners. Justice Hill down the sideline, cuts back and got to the 1-yard line. What a run. Johnny Wilson and Zach Crabtree were out in front throwing big blocks, and then Justice Hill out of Tulsa did the rest.
As he hits the line of scrimmage, watch the burst of speed right here, and he just breaks tackles. Just poor tackling in the secondary and linebackers, then he outruns everybody. Brian Peavy does a good job of trying to catch him. I tell you, this kid can really fly an open field, and when you hit him, he is at full speed. You have got to lock up. But again, that was all done by Justice Hill, hitting the line of scrimmage fast. And again,
So Oklahoma State, after falling behind 14-0, has a chance to take the lead here with over 9.5 minutes to go in the first half. And J.D. King, 205-pound freshman, stopped by Jaquan Bailey.
Bailey did a good job of keeping his shoulder square on the line of scrimmage and don't back at the end zone. Explode. Don't go to your knees. When you go to your knees on a tackle, you lose your power. Jaquan Bailey that time bent his knees and has used his legs, his power to knock him back.
260 pounds against 205. Now they've got two tight ends in the game. Second and goal. And they stop him again, this time for a loss of a yard for J.D. King.
This is where both teams excel on defense, is in the red zone, because they're not an attacking offensive line. They don't get any push. They're soft. They're finesse. And they get manhandled by the defensive line on the goal line, both teams. And usually most teams in the Big 12. That's a good job. Again, 2 plays in a row by Iowa State. This ball will be put in the air here.
Look out for Aitman at 6'4", 220. Full house backfield. They'll try to run with Hill. And Hill's second effort got in the end zone. He was stopped at the 2. And even at 185 pounds, he just tore away from the tackle. Lima and Wilkerson had it.
But what you see is they have nobody coming from the outside. And their outside linebacker is out there too wide. He can't make the play. Reggie Wilkerson can't get there in time. And on the 2-yard line, you've got to play a little bit tighter. They were thinking slant from the outside receiver. And that's the reason he had loosened up to take away the slant route from the outside.
That's a pretty good play call, isn't it, Coach?
Yeah, pretty good play call. They called that from the line of scrimmage. And you know, it's fun to watch execution when you get it from the press box.
Amendola for the point after, and that really quieted this crowd, which was celebrating on Senior Day after a 14-0 lead. But Justice Hill has turned that around. He's 185 pounds. Look at this, 565-pound squat.
And he's a 19-year-old sophomore. Think about that. He's around a couple more years.
Future. Iowa State needs something good right now. Akers. Whoa. He was just drilled by Kirk Tucker. Zeb Nolan, the redshirt freshman quarterback, is in for Iowa State. He has only thrown 10 passes all year long. Make it 11. And completes that one. Perfect strike to Lazard, who has been invisible after those first 2 series. That's a gain of 15.
He didn't show up last week the first half either, Mike, against West Virginia. He has got to get back in the game. They got to get the ball on the outside and need to throw the ball deep.
Got a live arm. He's good throwing the ball downfield. Montgomery caught up in the backfield and then explodes forward. 121 and counting here, so they go tempo. Kempf on the sideline, where he has actually spent the better part of his career in 5 years at 3 different schools. Nolan throws another strike. A perfect pass to Trevor Ryan, 22 yards, and obviously he has the stronger arm. Ball gets there in a hurry and spinning. Montgomery again cuts it to the outside. Back inside the 5. Julian Good-Jones, the center, with a heck of a block for him. That will stop the clock with 45 seconds left. Lanning will take off here. Powering forward near the goal line. Heck of a run by Joel Lanning.
You can tell here he's got a little bit of energy. A lot more energy than the other quarterback are running the ball. he leans forward. He uses his legs. You know, he had a shoulder injury. You know, they're taking a little bit of a chance here, but, you know, they did not play very well last week in the red zone.
They'll spot the ball at the 1. Lanning runs into his own man. Still driving. Iowa State says it's a touchdown, and it is.
Great extra effort by Lanning. I mean, it was unbelievable underneath the pile. But that's a new rule they put in, that your own players can push you from behind. Used to, you couldn't do that. But players got behind him and pushed him over the goal line.
Heck of an effort by everybody.
Good movement up front by the offensive line. He keeps his legs moving. Look at the guys behind him pushing him. There he goes across the goal line.
Matt Campbell knows how big that is.
It's been a long time since they scored a point. That's been an hour and a half.
That's right. But they've got a chance to tie the ball game now. And now we're tied at 21. So Iowa State with the momentum going into the locker room. And when we return, the studio will bring you up to date on everything after this message and a word from our ABC stations. Welcome back to ABC Saturday Afternoon College Football, presented by Kay Jewelers. Now let's take a look at our first half stats, brought to you by Dell. 219 total yards. Amazingly, Iowa State with the advantage over one of the most powerful offenses in all of college football. Oklahoma State with 171 total yards. Really an odd game. Iowa State starts like they're going to blow them out of here. Then Oklahoma State comes back like they had never even seen the 2 touchdowns and put up 21 in a row.
Yeah, great comeback by Oklahoma State. And then Iowa State comes back and scores at the end. Iowa State's played 3 quarterbacks. The running backs have really been the star of the game on both sides. But the punter from Iowa State, 4 punts for 29 yards. That's going to be a tough day for him if he doesn't pick it up.
Really hurt him. And Oklahoma State will get the ball first. And they'll get it at the 25-yard line. And let's go to Paul Carcaterra.
Well, Mike, just caught up with Mike Gundy, the head coach of the Cowboys, and he's really thrilled with the run game with Justice Hill. How can you not be? The Big 12's leading rusher has been fantastic in this first half. The more they run the ball, the more opportunities for Mason Rudolph and that passing game. Defensively, he said they started sluggish. They played really, really well down the stretch in the second quarter until that last drive. He said they allowed Iowa State to play fast when they really had a vice grip on them in the late stages of that first quarter and the majority of the second.
Mason Rudolph leads them out here at the start of the third quarter in a 21-21 game. Defense pressure coming on Rudolph. Steps away from Lanning and throws over the middle and completes it to the 47-yard line. Nice catch by Tylan Wallace, who's seeing a lot of time today. Only had 3 catches coming in.
Again, 3-man rush, no pressure, but the nose guard gets knocked into the boundary. There's nobody in the middle of the field. Lanning misses the tackle. Way too long. Way too long. Easy route, easy throw and catch, first down.
That would have forced a punt if they make the tackle on Rudolph. Instead, first down at the 47. Rudolph fakes. What a great arm. Throws to McCluskey. And Oklahoma State trying to go fast after the first down.
Again, just a seam route. Awful play action. Again, most everything they do is off play action because of Justice Hill. Good throw and catch. McCluskey has got to get involved in this game down the seams because of the coverage that they're playing in 3 deep.
Pulls the linebackers up, and then he throws in that void. This time they go to McCluskey on the flanker screen. He's taken out of bounds after a short game.
That was one
Brian Peavy was out there.
RPO for these guys. Run pass option. He could have handed the ball off, but it looked like, you know, just a an overload to the outside with the wide receivers. That was a more of a stress by the quarterback of trying to make something out of nothing.
2nd and 6. Hill, nice cut. Justice Hill missed by Wilkerson, brought down by Spears. No shame missing this guy. He makes a lot of people do that.
Now, that's that slow draw that you saw last week against Iowa State from West Virginia. He gets the linebackers with depth, and this kid just runs right by most people. The first guy very seldom makes a tackle.
14 for 108 for Justice Hill. The leading rusher in this conference coming in with 118 yards a game. Hill again. This time nowhere to go, and we check in with Clark.
This Justice Hill kid is just fantastic. Watching him field level, his explosive ability is really unmatched. Brad Lundblade, the center for the Oklahoma State Cowboys, said earlier in the season that teams were challenging them to run the ball because how prolific their passing game was. Well, I think teams are going to start to have to reassess the way they play these guys, Mike. With Mason Rudolph in the passing game and now Justice Hill, this is a pick-your-poison type of scenario.
And it is poison on both ends, Clark. Certainly you give up the bigger plays if you allow the passing game to beat you, but Hill, I mean, it's depressing to see what he does to defenses.
Another good call by John Heacock, defensive coordinator. He blitzed right into the run. That's one of the few blitzes that we've seen today, especially on running downs.
Hill will get a breather on 3rd and 9. Crowd trying to get back in it on this drive. Rudolph with Tom McCluskey, flanker screen. They rallied to the ball. Nice job by Willie Harvey, the weak side linebacker. And this will bring up a 4th down, and here comes the field goal unit.
That's not a very good percentage play on 3rd and 9. They were thinking blitz, and if they're playing zone, usually you can't get but more than 4 or 5 yards, and that's all they got there because they played zone. Good tackling from Iowa State.
Amendola will try from 35. He's only made 13 of 19 this year. Now 14 out of 20, and Oklahoma State regains the lead, but this time by only 3. Welcome back to ABC's College Football, presented by Kay Jewelers as part of Veterans Week on ESPN, brought to you by USAA. Oklahoma State down by 3, a chance to return the kickoff for Landon Akers. He understands football. His dad is a high school coach. Getting an opportunity right here. Montgomery getting delay. Montgomery gets away looking for a block. Heck of an effort by Montgomery. A flag down. That may be a face mask. Well, let's check in with Clark.
Flags everywhere, Mike. Well, we're seeing Zeb Noland right now. Started the season as the 3rd-string quarterback. Remember, as we hear this call by the ref.
Yards added to the end of the play.
And Jacob Park was the starter. Then it was Kyle Kemp's job. Kyle Kemp struggling today, but he's injured, Mike. So who is this kid, Zeb Noland? Well, redshirt freshman from the state of Georgia. And talking to people at halftime around the program, he is a gunslinger. Kemp way more conservative. A guy like Noland will try to throw the ball in tight quarters, thread the needle. He'll make a great pass, but also could roll the dice a little bit more risky than Kyle Kemp.
Face mask takes the ball almost to midfield. Montgomery taken down by Ramon Richards. That's 4 Oklahoma State 15-yard penalties today. Kempf being talked to, has the jersey off. It looks highly unlikely that he would be coming back in this ballgame. You hate to see anything happen to him with all the struggles he's had throughout his career. Montgomery in the flat. Not a very good throw by Nolan. Made him turn around to make that catch. Lost his momentum, and Justin Phillips brought him down.
You're right, Mike. That ball's got to be thrown in front to get the momentum down the field. Had to turn all the way around, and that gave the defense a chance to get over there. A couple of plays ago, he cut back. David Montgomery, that's twice he's done it in this game for positive yards. Oklahoma State is just over pursuing with the backside linebackers, and they've got to keep somebody home.
Big third down from midfield. Three-man rush. Nolan over the middle. First down at the 39-yard line. Lazard, the all Big 12 wide receiver from a year ago, who's an honors candidate again with his 6th catch.
Zone defense, 45 doesn't get enough depth. Chad Whitener's got to get more depth on the zone defense to take the middle pass away. Easy throw and catch.
Lazard, an Iowa kid who decided to stay home. He was highly recruited. Notre Dame and Stanford were very interested in him. Montgomery again. Loves that jump cut. Always seems to find a way to get something out of it.
Oklahoma State's not changing anything on defense. What's happening is they're getting lining up in what they're going to run. The sideline in the press box changes the play, gets in the best play against that defense, and there's no adjustment from Oklahoma State moving around, giving them a bad read.
Nolan, the redshirt freshman. It's on his shoulders now. And Nolan throws a bullet to the 15-yard line. That's a first down to Marchie Murdoch. Another senior. This team has senior leadership all over the place.
But Darius Williams has got him man-to-man. He's got to take away the inside route. That's just a good route. Poor coverage. Very poor coverage.
Back to Montgomery. Slips a tackle out to the outside, to the 5. Dives to the 3.
It's our 4th quarterback of the day.
Yes, it is, in the Wildcat formation.
Again, just missed tackle. There's nobody to set the edge for the defense for Oklahoma State.
Quick snap back to Montgomery. Dives for the end zone. Looked like he made it. Touchdown, Iowa State. What a response after falling behind again. And Chad Whitener, the middle linebacker, couldn't keep him out of the end zone.
Oklahoma State started this half just like they started the game. Very slow. They got a field goal on their drive, but they look like they didn't even show up on defense on this drive with Iowa State just doing whatever they wanted. Running the ball, throwing the ball, not making any adjustments, playing base defense. Great leg drive right there by David Montgomery.
Tommy, he is such a patient runner. He is willing to wait for the hole to open up. You see that little stutter step, and then he explodes.
And we saw that last week, running the draw
yes,
play.
Sir. Boy, it's quiet in here for a team that just took the lead, fighting to get into the league championship. 28-24, Cyclones. Muralist Ray Bubba Sorensen II was inspired by Saving Private Ryan, as well as wanting to give veterans a unique recognition when he came up with the idea of the Freedom Rock Tour. Each creation takes about 3 weeks to complete. They're painted with long-lasting paint that will not need to be touched up for decades. And excuse me if I don't get through this very well. Ashes of local veterans are mixed with some of the paint. That's awesome. Magnificent. Perfect pass right over the middle, complete to Jalen McCleskey, still on his feet. Nobody brings him down, and McCleskey all the way inside the 5-yard line. I kept waiting for somebody to get there, and nobody ever did. 81 yards.
Again, they ran the slant on first down. Play action pass on first down. The linebackers are up. Great call by the offensive coordinator.
They go hurry up. Diving for the end zone was Justice Hill. Did he make it? He did. Touchdown, Oklahoma State.
Well, that didn't take long.
No, it didn't. Back and forth and back and forth. 3 touchdowns for Justice Hill. And an up and down emotional day for both ball clubs.
And that's how these guys play. You know, they're both of them are really a big play teams, especially Oklahoma State. And that was a good surge right there by the defensive line. But they said he got over the top and crossed the goal line with the ball. Great drive, great 2-play drive out of Oklahoma State. Get them back in the ballgame. They needed something positive to happen.
Amendola knocks it through. Oklahoma State with 1:27 on the third quarter clock, up by 3. You're not going to go wrong if you take either one of these kids, are you?
No, they're both of them are good. They're competitors too, and they're very tough.
Here's Akers on the return. We have seen some monster hits on special teams, and Akers gets another one. He's Trevor Ryan, blasted out of bounds. And 1:19 to go, third quarter. Iowa State trails again. Have to start from the 28. Sheldon Croney is in as the running back, giving Montgomery a break. Throw out in the flat, complete to Deshaunte Jones.
Just a quick screen. Again, they didn't have anybody covering him closer than 4 or 5 yards. That's kind of like a running play. Deshaunte Jones, quick, played quarterback and running back in high school at Colerain High School in Cincinnati.
Second and 2. Nolan, since coming on for the injured Kyle Kempf, has hit 6 out of 8 for 68 yards. And that made it 7 out of 9. Lazard makes yet another catch, and it's a first down for the Cyclones.
Again, zone defense. Just a quick slant to Lazard. When you play in zone like that, that's pretty much throw and catch. Good throw with a young kid.
7 grabs by Lazard. This time he airs one out and drops it into the 26-yard line. What a beautiful throw to Matthew Eaton. Dropped it in a bucket.
Yeah, good outside release, kind of like a wheel route. Watch, he fakes the outside move up the field. Got zone coverage over the top. Rodarius Williams takes his eyes off the receiver.
And it looks like Eaton may have pulled something. And Trey Flowers, the safety, didn't get over in time. And that is going to end the third quarter in an exciting, huge ball game from Ames. A 3-point lead. We'll be back with the fourth quarter after this message and a word from our ABC stations. Back at Iowa State, Eaton, who was being treated on the sideline, now having his ankle rewrapped. It looks like he's got a chance to be okay. Montgomery. No quit in either one of these clubs. They just keep coming back. And the young man out of Norfolk, Virginia, being taped up again. His dad, one of the people being honored today as a veteran, more than 20 years in the Navy. Now Montgomery, 19 carries, 103 yards. These are the top 2 running backs in the Big 12 in terms of average. Iowa State in field goal range. Jump ball, was it caught? It was! Lazard with a tipped ball and brought it down. Holy cow. Darius Curry had the coverage. He may have tipped it.
Very good coverage. Got his hands on it. Tipped it up.
Oh. What a great play by Lazard, the all-time leading receiver in school history. He tipped it to himself.
and caught it one-handed.
How about that? Owens on for the point after. I think it's the last team where the ball wins.
It could be.
35-31. Iowa State, the Cyclones will not go away.
Just lean back and let it go.
Iowa State back on top, 35-31. Brown is deep. They'll take it to 25. And Mason Rudolph, change of play. Still plenty of time on the play clock, not yet at 10. Fakes it to Justice Hill and throws over the middle. Big hit, but a nice catch there by Dylan Stoner.
I think Oklahoma State's right here. I think they need to throw the ball on first down. Play action pass brings Marcus Spears up.
Screen. Justice Hill still on his feet. Everett Edwards, the transfer from Duke, had to make the stop downfield.
Last drive they scored in 2 plays from 80 yards out. Now they're
slowing him down.
Yeah.
J.D. King will check in to give Hill a breather. It's hard not to use a guy like Mason Rudolph if you've got him, no matter how good the running game is going. Such an exceptional talent. And Iowa State comes up with Willie Harvey. He has had a great game, as has Jaquan Bailey. They have made one play after another.
Great play, but it's not going to work if Dylan Stoner doesn't block. It doesn't make any big difference what kind of defense you run there. Your wide receiver has the block. He's got to get his head up and get the guy kicked outside.
Hill, for one of the few times today, did not have a chance. .41 and counting. Fake to Hill. Rudolph goes deep. His receiver stopped his route, so there was nobody there. Miscommunication on that one.
James Washington got the wrong hand signal from Mason Rudolph. He runs a stop route. He thinks he's running a go route. Bad time to have miscommunication with the receiver.
Washington is the second leading receiver in the country in terms of yards, 1,133 yards on the season. He has nothing today, and he leads in average almost 126 yards a game. Huge third down here. Hill trying to get to the outside. He'll pick up about 7. So what do you do here, Coach? 4th and long.
You got to kick it here. It's a little bit too far. Another unusual play on third down to run the ball.
Sure was. Of course, you can also say giving the ball to Justice Hill is never a bad thing.
No, he's made a lot of plays.
Amendola. He's hit one today from 35. This will be from 41 to make it a 1-point game. Drilled it. Amendola, 35-34 with 9:43 to go. Back and forth on senior day in Ames, Iowa, in a game both need desperately. Iowa State University, Ames on a cold and breezy Saturday afternoon. A 1-point lead for the Cyclones over the Cowboys. And only 9:43 left. Ryan, 3 yards deep, thought about it, and then his teammate said, no, just keep it right there. Zeb Nolan, the redshirt freshman, is the quarterback. And Nolan unloads, got a man downfield and a perfect strike. The catch made by Murdoch. What a throw from Nolan, who's in there for the injured Kyle Kempf.
Play action, simple post route. A.J. Green, just poor location. I mean, he gets turned around on the play action. You got to get more point contact vision on the receiver.
And I really like what Murdoch did on that. He made sure he made the catch. He went to the ground. He wasn't thinking, let's get something extra out of this. Just make the catch on a big play. Flanker screen. This one is out to Ryan. Big gain there. Let's go to Cart.
Mike, I can't believe the poise of Zeb Nolan, the redshirt freshman from Georgia. I'm watching him on the sideline in between possessions, smiling ear to ear, so cool, so relaxed. Remember, a year ago at this time, he was the 4th-string quarterback.
It's amazing. Players love to play. Give him a chance. Another perfect throw. And a flag is down. This may be a targeting. Ryan made a great catch and then got crushed. A wide receiver.
Just a quick slant. You can see his helmet right here go back at some degree, but he tries to lead with his shoulder.
It's a blow to the head.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
yeah,
it looked, in fact, in that slow-mo, looked like a lead with the crown of the helmet to his chin.
That's a better look right there.
Yeah, that's hard to imagine they would do anything to confirm that.
The ruling of targeting is confirmed. Number 31 is disqualified from the game.
So they will lose their senior free safety for the rest of this game and for next week. And Ryan, who was the victim in that, is going to be taken to the locker room and tended to. And another huge play against Oklahoma State. The first down by penalty, number 7 in this game. Now 1st and goal for Iowa State. Lanning comes in, hands it off, and Montgomery takes it in for a touchdown. This team is so resilient, and they are so outmanned by virtually everybody they play. But their senior leadership and their attitude is what has kept them in this and a lot of other games.
They give you so many looks. There's a backside tight end coming across and kicking out. That was an easy one. Last week we saw this same situation. They had a tough time, but there was nobody outside applying pressure from the corner.
20 carries, 107 yards, 3 touchdowns. For Montgomery, he's also added another 20 yards on 4 catches. And that's a huge extra point because it makes it an 8-point lead. So to tie, Oklahoma State will need a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. And it's still up in the air.
And we could be looking at one of the teams today.
Absolutely. Which Mason Rudolph always does. Rudolph with time. This deep out to the sideline is complete. Nice throw. And a good catch by James Washington, which is the first grab. And he did get a foot down, 22 yards. So you go to your All-American candidate when everything is on the line. He has averaged 21.8 yards a catch. He'll lose a yard. Stopped by Wagner.
Mike Urich's the offensive coordinator from Oklahoma State. Obviously, is starting to make a little bit of change in what he's going to do. He's got to start throwing the ball more. He's going to run out of time. He's almost 2 scores behind. He's got to throw the ball down the field.
Second and 10. And that's going to be enough for a first down, caught by Chris Lacey, who's only caught 14 balls all year long.
Well, Oklahoma State's going to go back and look at this film and say we did not throw the ball enough, especially to the outside against the corners. That's what they're going to have to start attacking more, going to the outside.
First down from the 40. Hill off the left side with a huge hole. Picks up 22 yards to the Oklahoma State 18-yard line.
Patience. Keep patience. Justice Hill, he's about as good as they come when it comes to hitting the hole hard.
Isn't he?
And picking his way through a secondary.
He and Montgomery have been exceptional today. Hill with 133 yards on the ground. They fake it to him this time. And that pass whistles past Lacey. They had two guys in the area. DeAndre Payne was there. And Marcel Spears, the strong side linebacker, was also in coverage. That stops the clock with 7:01 left.
A lot of heat on that ball.
Yes, there was. His arm has never been in doubt. 32 school records held by Mason Rudolph. Short set. Rudolph shoveled to Hill. And Hill swallowed up. Nicely defensed. Ray Lima, who can be a difference maker inside. Their biggest guy at 306 pounds.
Yeah, they just don't get enough pass rush. Actually, their offensive linemen do too good of a job of blocking. They don't let them run up the field. That's kind of like a draw play. You kind of got to make the defensive line run up the field and make that play work.
You've got to get penetration. If you don't, there's just people waiting for you to catch the ball. 3rd and 12. Huge play here. Hill goes in motion. Rudolph with time. Plenty of time. Throws deep. And caught for a touchdown. Marcel Aitman. Double covered. Rudolph threw it up for grabs, and Aitman at 6'4", 220 just outfought everybody else.
Well, who would have
Receiver
thought?
was forced out of bounds and reestablished in bounds. The ruling on the field is touchdown.
Wow. That was an unbelievable throw. Really a gamble by Mason Rudolph. Aitman just out-jumps the defender. Kind of a jump ball.
6'4", 220. You're taller than most defenders and bigger than everyone.
DeAndre Payne, number one, the defensive back there. He's 5'10", 180 pounds. He just gets out-jumped.
Now Rudolph will get his team lined up to go for 2.
Justice Hill at quarterback.
Direct snap. He got it. Justice Hill has tied the game at 42. Well, we said earlier, last team with the ball wins.
Yeah. And there's going to be 2 more possessions at least.
It looks like it. 17 points allowed in the second half. That was in the last 6 games. But 21 points allowed in the second half today. You are facing a different animal when you're playing against Oklahoma State. Either team from this point on that can sustain a drive, it would be huge. Warren on the return. Tripped up, gets to the 23-yard line. I mean, I'd take Miami in a heartbeat. Montgomery ripped as he got to the 20-yard line. Jordan Brailford came from his defensive end spot.
They moved him on the inside slant, and he made contact. David Montgomery didn't have a chance to make a break. He gets the ball and gets tackled at the same time. That was a huge play on first down, 2nd and long.
Let's see what the redshirt freshman quarterback has in his bag of trips. Nolan has been terrific. Play action fake here. Drills this one. Tight coverage by Green. And he came over the top of Lazard and tipped it away.
Yeah, that's about as close as you can get in pass interference. He came over the top, but he gets a piece of the ball. A.J. Green makes a good break. The ball is actually tipped. That's the reason it can't be pass interference.
You're right. Justin Phillips got a piece of it, just enough, so that Green could then do anything he wanted defensively.
Watch the screen here.
Iowa State does not want to turn the ball right back to Oklahoma State with all this time. And that pass well overthrown.
Great
and that's
series.
exactly what they'll do. Deshaunte Jones never had a chance.
Oklahoma State came out and decided they were going to play defense, and they played tighter. They forced them to throw the ball over their head. Obviously couldn't do that. They got too much pressure. Big play on first down by Bradford. It was really dialed up by the defensive coordinator.
3 plays, 48 seconds, and now this high-octane Oklahoma State defense, or offense rather, is going to get the ball back. Stoner comes up on a short kick, makes the fair catch near midfield, a punt of only 32 yards. Kyle Kempf has been out, been bothered by a shoulder injury for a couple of weeks, also took a couple of big shots. Hill to the 48-yard line, so his jersey is off, his helmet is gone.
Good tackle right there by Cotton Moya. I tell you, he has made people miss in that situation today. He's got to be a little bit tired.
Cotton Moya is a good player too.
Yeah, he is a good player. You can tell Justice Hill he's not as active as he was earlier, but you carry the ball this many times in this type of weather, it really wears you down.
They have a breeze at their back if you're thinking field goal. Rudolph, plenty of time, no pressure at all. Finally, they get in his face a little bit, but he throws to Aikman. Lost the ball. He may have been down before it came out, but it looked like he got it back himself anyway.
You live and die on the three-man rush, and that's exactly what happens here. They've got 3 rushing, and they get zero
Rolling on the
pressure.
field is a completed pass and a first down.
It looked like that ball came out before he was down. Really close with his left knee that close to the ground.
And he recovered his own fumble.
Right. Rudolph now with 350 yards passing, his 9th 300-yard game in the last 11. Swing pass. And that is a touchdown to Dylan Stoner. That was too easy.
Way too easy. Just kind of over
good news, Tommy, for Iowa State is that they've got plenty of time left on the clock. They gave up the score so easily.
That might have been the best thing to happen to him. As you can tell here, he just misses a tackle. Good block downfield by James Washington. They could have called him for holding, but he was in front of him.
Stoner, just a redshirt freshman. And now Amendola for the point after, which would make it a 7-point game again. And further evidence that defense is a dying art, especially in the Big 12. 91 points so far. We're probably not done. 7-point game. 3:47 left. Watch Washington on the outside. Oh, got away with one.
They got away with that one. And that's an easy call, but you have one official looking at that receiver. They got a huge break.
.347 to go with a redshirt freshman at the controls. Warren is deep. 4 yards in the end zone. Now it's all on Iowa State. No timeouts, 2:55 left in the ball game. They have no choice but to score. Nolan's missed his last 5. Trying to keep the magic going in Ames. Pressure comes. Flanker screen. Lazard got a block. Got another block. Lazard still on his feet to the 36-yard line. Boy, did they need that.
Well, the motion by David Montgomery out of the backfield took 2 linebackers with him. They had nobody on the backside on the quick screen.
They'll mark it at the 43. The out to midfield. Marchie Murdoch makes the catch.
Great job blocking by the receivers here. Watch downfield. Offensive lineman blocking downfield. Deshaunte Jones, number 8, makes a key block. But a lot of just hard running by Alan Lazard.
The officials holding up the snap and the fans booing that action. 4-man rush, no pressure, and that pass is complete. Good job at getting out of bounds by Murdoch. Although the clock would have stopped anyway, temporarily at least, with a first down. Still plenty of time to go. 2:04. Now the clock restarts.
Got to get Lazard into this game, or maybe David Montgomery out of the backfield.
Using a lot of time here. And they have no timeouts as well. And that route cut off by Deshaunte Jones, and Nolan threw the ball deep.
Just miscommunication there. Should have got it to him a little bit quicker, but he obviously cut his, as you said, cut his route short.
It's a really empty feeling as a quarterback when you let the ball go and the receiver stops. And it's up for grabs by anybody. The numbers on both quarterbacks, and Nolan certainly has provided a spark off the bench. Blitz coming. Throws underneath. Chance to get a first down and more. Deshaunte Jones all the way to the 20. A gain of 21 yards.
Jarrell Moore on number 5 just made a poor decision and a poor angle on the crossing route. He could have got off a block and made that tackle 10 yards before he got downfield.
Nolan hoping to be a hero and keep Iowa State's hopes alive. Little swing, Montgomery. Grabbed by the back of the collar and thrown out of bounds. He was not pulled down, so it won't be a horse collar tackle. 5 catches for Montgomery. One hand, tipped it to himself.
Just trying to get a quick screen down the field. Again, I don't think he's touched the ball enough this half. He's one of their better players. He could be a big factor in the next 15 yards.
2nd and 4. Tommy, let's look ahead. If you score, do you go for 2 in the win?
Right at home.
For the end zone. Batted away. Nice play by Rodarius Williams.
This is going to be close. You hear a lot of boos in the stands. You make the call. Try to get an inside move. He stays inside.
Could have easily been a hold. He was great at the point where the ball got there.
You see the official. You got the same eyes he's got. That was pretty close.
3rd and 4. Lazard to the near side. They look the other way, and he's got to get rid of that ball. Trey Carter gets the sack. Clock will continue to run. And now it's 4th down and a must convert situation.
Huge play out of a backup left defensive tackle. Trey Carter unblocked.
4th and 13. Throws underneath it, short, but Montgomery with a chance. He's got the first down and more. Down to the 3. Are you kidding?
Huge mistake out of Oklahoma State. They defended him. You got to pressure a quarterback that hasn't played. They defended. They went to prevent. Well, Sticks defense, and they missed a tackle. They got the ball to their better player, and he made them miss a tackle.
Nolan for the end zone. Lazard. Boy, there was some contact there with Rodarius Williams. Not enough, in the opinion of the officials, to throw a flag.
Got his hands all over him, but both are looking at the ball. You know, if you're looking at the ball, the official will give you a break on using your hands.
Lazard is their guy. There is no doubt about that. Montgomery is also an exceptional receiver. But don't rule him out on the pass. Fade for the end zone. Looked like both of them got it together. And now the officials are going to talk about it. A.J. Green went up with Marchie Murdoch.
This is going to be interesting.
Oh, boy. And it's interesting, they did not make a signal. Now.
And a touchback.
Now they say it's a touchback. So if it's reviewed, there has to be evidence to overturn it. That was not the best pass that Nolan has thrown today.
Trying to get the ball to the pylon. That's where you throw it on this fade route. Pretty good route, just underthrown. You've got a true freshman throwing that ball to win a championship. That ball's in the air 25 yards.
Ruling on the field of a touchback and an interception is under further review.
That's a touchback.
It looked like A.J. Green was the guy who made the catch, and then Marchie Murdoch reached in and tried to take it away.
He was in great position to make the play. He got his hands on it first.
After review, the ruling on the field is confirmed. Interception and touchback.
Not only upheld, but confirmed.
What a way to end the game.
Boy, it is. It's a great defensive play by Oklahoma State, something we haven't been able to say too many times. But A.J. Green did the job. That is his 4th interception and probably the biggest one of his life.
He'll get an extra sandwich on the plane on the way home, I'll tell you that. There's Mike Gundy again, done a great job along with Matt Campbell from Iowa State. This was a great game. Both have had excellent years. But a big game, big win for Oklahoma State on the road here in Ames.
They stay in the hunt for the championship game in the Big 12. Barely. And the magic may have run out at Iowa State as they suffered their 3rd conference loss. What a ball game.
A lot of seniors on this team from Iowa State. This is their last game here. That's hard. That's a hard one to stomach, to know it's the last time you'll play on this field.
The final 49-42 for Tommy Tuberville and Paul Carcaterra. This is Mike Patrick saying so long from Ames, Iowa.